Hari Om and welcome to all the Divine Atma Jyotis to today's AVSC Satsang. We've been contemplating Advaita Makaranda, and as of now, we have contemplated till Shloka 8 by framing various questions. And today we'll continue with Shloka 9. Shloka 9 says, I am neither the body, nor the senses, nor the life force, nor the mind, nor the intellect. These belong to the intellect as they are merely possessed and played with, whereas I am the witnessing self. That is the essential message of Shloka 9. So, a couple of questions are framed here. Who is a witness, and how can this be applied to situations of life? If there are other questions anybody can think about at this point of time, we can add them here. Otherwise, we can begin with contemplation. And as we're contemplating also, if other questions come up, we can take them up. Who would like to begin? Rajita ji, would you like to begin?
Which question we have to answer?
Related to Shloka 9. So first
Okay.
is, you can chant Shloka 9. And then there are these two questions that have been framed on Shloka 9 for
Okay.
now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you can contemplate them as well as you can add other questions too. As
Yes.
you explain, if other questions come up, anybody can also come in with questions.
Yes, Vijay.
Yeah.
न देहो नेन्द्रियः चाहं न प्राणो न मनो न धीः ममता परिरब्धत्वा इन्
Akridat.
आक्रीडत्वा दिदं धियः. I am neither the body, nor the senses, nor the life force, prana, nor the mind, nor the intellect. These belong to the intellect as they are merely possessed and played with, whereas I am the witnessing self.
So this is what the shloka says. Now, based on that, these are the two questions that have been framed as of now.
Yes.
Who is witness?
Okay.
Um,
So
or we can also
here
look
two
at.
more questions we can add,
Sure.
Vijay.
Yeah, please tell me. Yeah.
How how do I have how do I come to the witnessing
Mode. Huh?
mode every time, every moment to moment, or day to day situations?
Okay.
And one more.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, does the problem or problems in my life bring me? No. Yeah. Mm, what are the ways that bring me to the witnessing mode? What is the easiest way and the best way, best or easiest, whatever, and the best way to come to the witness mode?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. So now, in a way, we've got about 4 questions.
Mm.
Yeah. So please share your viewpoints, Sarjita ji.
Yes.
And that if others have any questions, they can also come in.
Yes. So, um, First one is, who is witness? Um, the real I, that ನಾನು ನಾನೇ, in our Guruji sloka, ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ. ಆ ನಾನೆಂಬುದು, that the higher self, SELF, that self is the witness. So, because when you take the avasthatraya, the three states, waking, dream, and the deep sleep, the real I, when you ask anyone, how did you feel like, how did you feel once he wakes up from the sleep, if we ask them, yeah, it was so nice, I enjoyed, I had a deep sleep, he will tell. So that, how did he come to know? Because he was sleeping. So we will think that, um, his body is sleeping and he will not know anything. But that real witness, with the simple example of avasthatraya, the three states, we can explain about for the first question, who is the witness? So the witness is the I, self, Atma. So how do you come to the witness mode in day-to-day situations of life? So in day-to-day situations, because of the ajnana, avidya, I forget that real self, and I, me, and mine, the small I, um, like identification of myself with the body, with the mind. I was feeling so sad, like that, different emotions and different situations in life. So I forget that I am the, who am I? I forget that I am the real witness, and I identify myself with the body, mind, and the situations and the family, everything. My role in this family. With those things, I identify, and again I add more vasanas and samskaras to uh, samskaras, like. If the identification is so strong, then all those impressions, those emotions will be added to our subconscious mind, chitta. Again, chitta gets polluted. In order to purify the chitta, if the mirror is clean, then I can always be in the witness mode. So that purification has to occur every moment to moment. That purification happens through bhakti yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, and kriya yoga. So all these practices. With recently, I have visited Mahavatar, the Narasimha movie. So when I connect to Prahalad, he was telling, he used to witness, he used to look everywhere, um Narayana. He was looking at a tree and he used to feel that it is Narayana. The nature, everything, he used to feel that everything is Narayana. That means Prahalada was able to stay in that witness mode, that oneness, Advaita Bhava, he was able to express. Um, so, through Bhakti Yoga, he has attained that witness. He was able to go into that witness mode through Bhakti Bhava. Similarly, based upon the human's nature, like few, depending on the gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, and tamo guna. People who are in tamo guna, they need some intense activity to come to the witness mode. So they will have to do some Kriya Yoga, some activity which helps to come out of that state of ignorance, and then they have to they'll be coming from tamoguna to rajoguna, from rajoguna to satvaguna, and from satvaguna. That is the actual whole process of coming to witness mode. So for different people, depending on their past life samskaras, depending upon their vasanas that are stored in chitta, a guru can identify their mode, that is from which guna they are operating, and the guru can give the easiest path. That is for this third question. What is the easiest and best way to come to the witness mode? With the help of a guru or a realized master who have already witnessed, who have already faced all the challenges in the life, he will be in a position to guide us the easiest and the best way according to our guna to come to the witness mode. And how can this be applied to situations in life? So once we are in the satsanga and with the guidance of the guru and practice whatever our guru says, um, like guru can tell us bhakti yoga, guru can give us karma yoga, depending upon our understanding. That is, guru can know what level of ego I have, or how purified I am based on my actions. So he'll give us the easiest way. So I need to do some sadhana, be in the satsanga, shravana, manana, nitidhyasa, based on my uh, intense desire, um, based on that faith in Guru's words, all that matters. So every moment to moment, I can come back to the witness mode depending upon um, how intensely I do my sadhana. So how I can this apply to the situations is, so whenever like how I do, whenever the person who is very close to me, uh, he is suffering, or he is going through some severe pain. Initially, before coming to this spiritual life, I used to cry. I used to feel bad about that. So um, my mind was not that. I because I didn't have that better understanding. I used to think for days together about that person only, because maybe the my mind was not that strong. So now, though I feel whenever I met that kind of situations in life, like whoever who is very close to me, he is suffering in the hospital in the ICU, I am not disturbed. I just pray for them. I just help them to come out. I just speak few words which will motivate them. And but I'm not disturbed. I'm able to attend satsangas. I'm able to remain calm. I'm able to I'll have the mental peace inside. But at the same time, I'll pray for them speedy recovery. I'll do whatever I'll offer them, and I'll take care of them. And that is how I can apply this knowledge to the day-to-day situations in life. So that is my understanding.
Wonderful, Rajita ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hari Om Satish ji, Hari Om Anupama ji.
Hari Om Vijay ji, Hari Om all.
Hari Om. So we've taken a shloka 9 for contemplation today, to begin with. Shloka 9 says that I am neither the body, nor the senses, nor the prana, nor the mind, nor the intellect. All of these belong to the intellect as they are merely possessed and played with, whereas I am the witnessing self. So that is the essence of the shloka. And based on that, as of now, these four questions have been framed. So now you might have heard Rajita ji share her viewpoints. We can if based on what you heard from Rajita ji, if anyone has any questions to Rajita ji, first please ask your questions to Rajita ji to clarify. Then we can take the next step as to who will share.
Yeah, sir, I had two questions.
Yeah.
So Rajita ji, you mentioned that Guru will know how much ego I have, and then guide accordingly. I didn't understand that part. I don't know. I haven't had many direct face-to-face sessions with Guruji, so this is something rather I am newly hearing it. So kindly throw some more light on that. And one more thing you mentioned about the gunas as well, that depending upon our guna, he will guide us, or I don't remember the exact word, but based on the gunas, you said something that Guru will help us. So I feel that we are not restricted to one guna, and it keeps we keep functioning in a mixed fashion, right? It is not one guna that we operate at throughout, uh, like in a particular day itself. At different times of the day, I might be operating differently. So that also I didn't understand, that how is that. That point was
Can you
not
frame
clear
the
for me.
question, Padmaji? First question you're framing is, how does Guru help based on my ego? What is the second question?
Yeah, because so she said that Guru will be able to identify what is the extent of my ego and help accordingly. That I didn't understand. How does that Guru help like that?
Guru identifies extent of my ego. How does
And helps.
ego and helps? So how does this happen?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the second question?
Yeah, so the second question is, she said that Guru will be able to guide us based on the gunas uh, that we operate in.
Yes.
It's based on
Right, based
Yes,
on the
yes,
gunas.
correct.
Yeah. So I didn't understand, like, for me, like, I feel that I operate on all the three gunas
Yeah,
on a
wonderful.
daily
Yeah.
basis, or rather more than once in a day.
Correct,
So I
correct.
was not understanding, like, how.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll share
So
my
these two questions are currently coming to me based on what
yeah,
you
looks
shared.
like Satish ji also has some question.
Huh.
He shared a question in the chat also, sir. So
Correct.
maybe you'll take a
I
look.
think Vijayji can add to this shloka itself. Satish just.
Yeah. Satish ji, what is your question, ji?
Yeah, same question. What I put in chat. When we keep hearing that I'm not the doer, right? I heard Madam ji saying how intense I do the sadhana, right? So uh, I have some misgiving there. So I need a clarity there. When we also say that for anything, we should take that we are not the doers, right? So when it comes to our personal upliftment or enhancement, or like I'm striving to attend the sessions, but sometimes I miss. So I plan so much, but it may not happen sometimes. So then I take the this premise saying that I'm not the doer. So that, what if I get some clarity, right? It can help me to enhance my sadhana.
So your question is, I keep chanting, I'm not the doer.
Yeah,
But then, when it comes to even situations like attending the satsang, I only have to plan. Is
right,
it
right.
okay for me to simply say I am not the doer and then be okay with it or not? Is that your
Yeah,
question?
yeah. So
Okay.
when Madam ji said how intense I do the sadhana, right? The intensity is actually my effort. So when we say I'm not the doer, so or for anything, for any other task or anything, right? We sometimes, we have to plan. So that I am not the doer aspect, right? Uh, if you don't plan, how does it happen? Or yeah, some misgiving is there for me on
Is
that.
is the way I have framed the question, is that okay for you? What is the truth of I am not the doer? How do I use it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Excellent question.
Yes. Go ahead, Rajita ji. Which one you want to
Ah,
pick?
first one, I would like to address Padmaji's, and then in the order only I will go, Vijayji.
Sure.
So, how does Guru identifies my ego and helps me? So, how does this happen? So, if I take a daily life situation, like um, sometimes we are lost in the andhakara, ignorance. So, once we are lost in that ignorance, before getting all this jnana, if I imagine how I came to this spiritual path, let me tell my own story only, because be- the lot of problems which I came across in my after my marriage triggered me uh, to think that what is this life? Who am I? Why I have come here? Why I am stick? Why I am facing all these situations? Why my mind is turbulent, disturbed all the time? Like that. So many questions came to my mind. Then I was feeling very bad. Then I started watching some YouTube videos for motivational and inspirational videos. Then I met Guruji because of one Katyayani ji, that is my AVSA, first AVSA mentor. So when I went there, because of Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasa, so as soon as we meet Guruji, we will be having one talk. And surprisingly, whatever Guruji talks will address my questions there. Though I have not opened my mouth, somehow I'll get the answers from the Guruji. I used to get, whenever I attend any satsangas, I used to get the answers. That is how I was attracted to Guruji. So I used to feel peaceful, and my mind was my disturbed mind, which was at because of the situations at home, was becoming peaceful day by day. So I used to attend. So then I realized that it's because of my ego I'm thinking that I am the body, I am the mind, and because of I, me, and mine, I am suffering a lot. I realized, but Guruji helped me to identify that. How does this happen? Because of all the Shastras that was explained in a simple manner by Guruji. Otherwise, I wouldn't have believed Guruji. Um, Guruji used to take one text, Tattvabodha, Aparokshanubhuti, and all those texts. So before coming to Guruji, my grandfather also had some connection with the Shankar Mata. So, and he was a follower of the Guru Parampara, Adi Shankaracharya's teachings, everything. We had books at home. He used to read. So I had that curiosity. So the seed was sown by my grandfather, I think. So when I came to Guruji, Guruji used to refer to those texts and he used to explain. So that is how I the understanding became clear and clear day by day. And how he identified my ego was when I speak to Guruji, he knows that from which identity I used to speak, from mother identity or from daughter-in-law identity. I used to tell all my problems, or from wife identity, or like that. So he can easily identify what state I am in, and how he can help how he can help me to remain calm in all the situations. So this is how Guru has identified my thing. And how did the Guru guides based on addressing to next question. Guru guides based on my guna. How does this happen? So guna, as you said, it varies. Sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, it varies. But based on your interactions with others, you will know which guna is predominant, or which guna is causing you mental disturbance every now and then. That on an average, if you think one guna will be predominant. So that you have to notice, um, that you will come to know when you sit in meditation and notice self-enquiry. Through self-enquiry, we ourselves can identify our predominant guna. So that is how Guruji will also identify, because Guruji, like he has seen so many disciples, so he can identify which is our predominant, which guna is dominating us. So based on our predominant guna, Guruji will give us bhakti yoga, or your karma yoga, all those like tablets. He'll give the tablets and he will heal us. So that is how happened even in my case. And so now I think whatever my understanding I have answered, Padmaji. Those two questions are answered, I think. Any clarification, Padmaji?
Actually, the question I raised was because of the extent you have put extent of my ego. That is where my question came.
Huh.
Because of course, like you said, in all of our journey,
Huh.
till we met Guruji, or till a particular question came for you, uh, we are all driven by ego and perform with various identities only. And maybe we are not realizing it till then that we are functioning from that
Yes.
that way.
Yes.
And like you said, Guruji and this journey itself and the scriptures that we study in this journey is what helps to highlight uh, that
Yes.
for each one of us, okay, in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
My question was regarding the extent. Like you said, he identifies the extent of my ego, so that is what I was uh,
See, that's
questioning
what.
about, because I
Huh.
have
If I cry more, Guruji, my son is suffering like this. My mother-in-law is torturing me. Uh, that intensity itself is the benchmark for Guruji, I think. So I feel that
okay.
so much
So you
attached
can
to this
say that
body,
this
right?
is more of your personal experience that you're sharing, right? It is not a uh, like
Huh, no.
general. Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it is general only, but it is general. But that is how the Guruji will identify the ego. That is what I feel. You are more attached to your body, you are more attached to your mind, you are more attached to your intellect. So I came from the my experience so that I can connect easily, because
Hmm.
I don't want to take others' experience. So that is how
No,
he
no,
identified
that
my.
is understood. That
Ha
is
ha
understood very clear, because
ha.
it has got nothing to do with anyone else. It is
Correct.
only our journey with ourselves
Yes, yes.
and with the Guru's guidance.
Ha
There
ha.
is no question
Correct.
about that. When
Yes.
you mentioned extent of my ego, see,
Ha.
ego, if you would have said only ego also,
Yes.
when see how
Correct.
I connect to extent of ego means, then is I connect it like there is a measurement to that, right? Like
Yes. Yeah.
maybe I have less, you have more.
Hmm.
All this is there. However, less or more doesn't matter. Ego is, if you function from
When the
that.
ego, no, ego should be there. If it is for the Loka Kalyana, then Guruji says that is acceptable. If it is for I, me, and mine, then that is causing that is causing turbulence in my mind. So it is like by in this process I may answer Satish this question also. So for longer for a Loka Kalyana, if if I have the ego for Loka Kalyana, then that is acceptable according to Shastras. If it is for I, me, and mine, then it is not acceptable. So, what is the truth? I am not the doer. That how do I use it? If whatever action I am doing, if it is for Loka Kalyana, then that is acceptable. That is what Bhagavad Gita also says, and all the Shastras say that. If it is for I, me, and mine, then in that case, if I apply, I am not the doer, then we miss satsangas like this, or we will not be able to do sadhana. So if I think that I am becoming better and better day by day, and this is helping me to involve in Jagad Hitaya tasks, then uh, we should apply this concept, and we should go ahead. So there, that extent of my ego applies. Uh, there also we have two conditions. If it is for I, me, and mine, that or if it is for Loka Kalyana. So that can be identified by Guruji or the higher self. So if we completely surrender to the Guru, then he will tell this ego is better for Loka Kalyana, whatever task, Jagadhitaya task, whatever the whatever ego we are using, we are having. If we have ego for that, then that is purified ego. That's what Guruji says. I don't know if I have answered your question, Padmaji.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll think about it more. Yeah.
Okay.
Hariom Kamalaji, Hariom Satyaji,
Hari Om Vijay.
Hariom. So currently we are contemplating Shloka 9. In Shloka 9, Kavi has said, I am none of these body, senses, life force, mind, or intellect. They all belong to intellect and they are merely possessed and played with. Whereas I am the witnessing self. That is what the Shloka indicated. Based on that, so far, these many questions have been framed, and initially Rajita ji shared her views, and during her talk, during her sharing, she mentioned a couple of things about how Guru identifies the extent of the ego and helps. and how Guru guides based on the Guna. So that is where further questions came up. And this last question is from Satish ji. So before we go deeper, does anyone else have any further questions to add based on what the conversation you're hearing? Or does anyone feel like clarifying further? You all heard what Rajita ji said. Is there any further viewpoint that anybody likes to add?
Yes, Vijayji, I want to share something
Please.
regarding how Guru clarifies the extent of my ego and helps.
Yeah.
How does it happen? It is my simple observation only. Uh, all of us are parents, so uh, we we are aware of our children, right? Their mindset, in which from which perspective they are talking, and every now and then we keep correcting or suggesting or appreciating them, right? How does that happen? Because our mind is in sync with their mind. Almost that is why we are able to read them, what is happening within them, that we are able to gauge. So Guruji is working from universal consciousness. So we are, everyone of us are children for him. So whoever comes in front of him, it is easy for him to be in sync with what is happening in that mind level, and help us to come out of it, or rectify us and guide us. That is, he is able to do that because he is working in that universal consciousness. He doesn't have that I me mine anything, right? So he is able to easily connect with anybody, isn't it, Vijayji?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's a wonderful analogy. So Padmaji, it is you can consider another viewpoint. At the end of the day, what is ego? Ego is a function of the mind, a particular thought about who I think I am, my identification with that particular set of thoughts. I am such and such. And how does that come to my own recognition that I have a wrong identification? The society continues to deepen the feeling that I am a body, I am such as I'm particular religion, I'm particular caste, I'm particular language, gender. Like that, when you notice the nature of the society, it deals with you as if you are a particular somebody. That somebodiness is what gets deeply rooted, and that is what is referred as ego. In Sanskrita, it is ahankara, aham akara, my shape. Is there anything wrong with my shape? Nothing. As long as it is not causing disturbance to anyone else that I see around, not causing disturbance to me internally, then it is perfectly okay. Otherwise, there is no way to function or to take a role in a drama, right? In a drama, you have to have a particular role. However, when playing the role, when that particular identification that one has taken is not helpful, that is when it becomes a bothering setup. The role becomes a botheration. So now, how do I identify that? For example, when I see myself as all wonderful. I fundamentally love myself. So I see even my modifications as all wonderful, as a very simple example, the way I may, let's say, for example, eat, and at the end of it, maybe use my fingers and lick my fingers. I may find it as very tasteful, but when I notice somebody else doing, I may think, you're so nasty, don't they have manners? So, what is all of this indicating? There is a deeper sense of whatever I am doing is okay, kind of a deeper sense that comes. But how I am operating is causing a, if in the life, if there was no one else and only this person, then there is no obvious issue. There's no one to complain. But this has to mingle with everything else. Then only a nice environment happens, a nice overall setup happens. So when you notice from outside, you can also clearly see if anybody is interacting with you, whether they have a lot of pride. Somebody may be saying, my degree. They have pride on their degree. How much I've studied. Which college I went. You notice how they put their titles. Notice how they speak. What is the first thing that they say? You'll be able to easily notice that. So many people start by identifying with their college. I studied in this college. So why that college introduction is important? Because there is a lot of power that is being drawn by being associated with that college. Ego functions based on that power that comes from being associated with something that it thinks is higher. Or some people may take pride in their wealth. So the way they dress, the way they wear the brands, they draw the power from that. So when you simply notice what language people speak, you will start seeing that. So somebody may be constantly quoting, say, textbooks or self-help books, what that author says. So they're drawing power from what somebody else is saying. Like that, in life, when you simply notice, you'll be able to see what is kind of powering them. Now, all of this, in a way, are limitations. If I feel I'm worthy only because I went to some college, or only because I have so much of balance in my bank, or only because I have read these many books that you have not read, all of this continues to foster the feeling of I'm superior or inferior to you. This is the play of the ego. When I call myself as superior or inferior to you. Now, you also, like how Anupamaji said, in many situations can notice that. And who is a Sadguru? The one who, through his own sadhana, has been able to transcend the limitations set by the ego. Any form that I take is a limitation, however wonderful that form may be. So I am the king of this nation is a much bigger form, but still it's limitation, because then I cannot be the king of some other country. Like that, any form that I take or impose on myself is a limitation. And a Sadguru is one who has transcended the limitations, has realized very clearly that I am beyond these names and forms. So when one looks at it from that viewpoint, and is it difficult to look at it from that viewpoint? No, very simple. As a mother, when you have two children and if they're fighting, you look at it from the viewpoint of a mother that both of them belong to me and both of them have to learn to share and be with each other, you come up with some story or some explanation or some way to help that person understand. There are many ways to help that, no? You may take the help of a story. You may take the help of some situation of your life, you explain. So like that, you take various ways by which you help them break that barrier called, I have to possess it, I have to get it. And you see how they can help to share it. That's what you do as a mother, as a father, or as a parent. No parent wants their children to be fighting. So each one of us, like that, have that higher capacity, and a Sadguru triggers that higher capacity in you. How? First and foremost, by how he or she lives in life. So his own life or her own life becomes a role model to you. What choices they make, what kind of words they speak, what kind of uh, relationship they build, and what kind of feeling they transmit, they're living what they're speaking. First thing. Second thing, the whole satsanga, in a way, is a lab. Is a lab. What happens in a lab? A lot of experiments happen in a lab. And what happens through the experiment? You learn something. So satsanga is a lab. How? When any, let's say for example, event has to happen, a lot of people have to come together, collaborate. See, when I am by myself, if I am all by myself, then there is nobody else to work with. My mind can accept whatever it is and be okay with it, however it is. All these nuances, frictions come when you and I have to function with each other. It is in the interpersonal play that various shapes and forms of my own attachment are hidden. When I have to work with somebody, how do I work? What causes irritation in my mind? What causes anger in my mind? What causes tension in my mind? What causes sorrow in my mind? These are all showing the edges or the boundaries or the extent of my own ego. When I, as an example, whenever somebody is speaking, can I completely listen without any kind of internal judgment happening, internal irritation, internal anger rising? If it is rising, it's a very good indicator of there is something that is within me that I'm attached to. Why do I feel anger in the first place? Because I'm attached to something. If, let's say, for example, I'm deeply attached to my identity as a, let's say, very powerful man, and somebody comes and says, I'm very weak actually, then that immediately raises anger. Why? I'm deeply attached to the feeling that I'm a very powerful man. So, like that, situations when I need to interact and work with somebody else is a clear indicator. It's a feedback mechanism to me to see. So, is satsanga, in that manner of speaking, is satsanga the only lab? No. That is where Sadguru expands your vision of satsanga. Satsanga is not just about coming to Guruji and listening to him and being with a particular set of people is not alone satsanga. Satsanga is life itself is a university, life itself is a satsanga. And all your relatives, all your friends, and all your family members, all the others, when you're functioning in the world, itself is satsanga. Which means what? That is where all the true friction happens. That is where all the true signals come. So it is not that not necessary that the Sadguru has to know all the specific details of where all you are attached. The moment you cry, the moment you are angry, the moment you are jealous, the moment you are upset, the moment you are down, it is a clear indicator that something within you is deeply attached to that. And that's how a child is constantly joyous. How it goes through the same situations, but it immediately lets go and then moves on. So this is how Sadhguru creates a situation for you and me to evolve. And whenever you go to life and you live and you get hit and again it causes a bruise, again there is some teaching, because the teachings are not coming from for a particular person. The teachings are to help one transcend the barriers of a personhood. So therefore the barriers of that personhood are limited, are anchored, can be known by all these uh, elements causing friction: anger, irritation, jealousy, worry, tension. All these are, in a way, signals. It's like, when you're driving on the road, there's a barrier, right? You cannot drive beyond that barrier. So if your car goes towards the barrier, it starts rubbing and there is a noise. So, like that, all these are the noises that help you as you travel. Initially, Sadhguru, as a outsider to you, shows the mirror. Look, this may be the reason. Then you go back. As you go deeper and deeper, you realize Sadhguru is actually functioning from out and in. And that is how this whole thing happens. Let me pause here. Is this bringing clarity?
Yes, Ji.
Padmaji?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the same you can apply to Guna also. What is Guna? So the way you function is an indicator of your Guna. So some people, you constantly see, they want to move around. They want to constantly be involved in one or the other activity. They cannot simply sit. Sitting and closing eyes makes them feel terrified. So there's a lot of rajasic quality. Or some people don't like to even move or get involved in any activity. Very sleepy, very dull all the time. Ayo, why that? Ayo, why this? Tamasic. So like that, like how Rajita ji said, there's a predominant quality that you see. And again, all of these can be seen by the way they function in life. So therefore, Sadhguru doesn't necessarily slot you into any particular category. Sadhguru is interested only in you transcending the barriers. So wherever you cry, wherever you are angry, that is your barrier. And all that he constantly looks at is, how do I break that barrier for you? And various activities in the satsanga or various projects, various initiatives are all to bring about those barriers and to transcend the barriers. So for these two, the Guru identifying the ego and the Guru guiding based on the guna, is this bringing clarity? Are there any other questions anybody wants to add, or any points anybody wants to?
Yeah, can I say that he does this by questioning and making the questioner think and logically come up with answers and showing the path. Right? It's because the suffering is based on preconceived notions, right? And which may not which might not have come from the right knowledge. So to first to break it, and once those are broken, then like the questioner is able to see more beyond, right? It opens up. And also, the Sadguru has at least figured out the from the external questioner's point of view. The Sadguru seems to have figured out the game of life, and and is able to play well, with that clear understanding, so that itself becomes an example for the questioner to accept also. And like, it's not like anyone can give answers, because you are going to inspect that person who is giving answers, right? So the one who is answering should be displaying those attributes. So he has mastered it, and it is working, and so it basically helps the questioner to listen, because even to listen first, you need to have that belief that okay, uh, that person's guidance may help me, because he seems to have mastered it, right?
Correct.
uh,
Faith, that is where faith plays a role.
Faith plays a role.
Faith comes from noticing a Sadguru in action. Faith
Hmm.
comes from noticing Sadguru in various relationships.
Hmm.
So and as the faith intensifies, you will start seeing that what Sadguru is pointing at is not external; it is internal. And like you rightly said, logic of the prakriyas,
Okay.
logic of the shastras, and then the magic of the various feelings. See, much beyond the logic of the intellectual
Hmm.
capacity of the mind, the magic of the heart.
Hmm.
There are various moments and deeper feelings, uh,
Hmm.
fundamentally, which can all be simply called as love, an
Hmm.
unconditional love, irrespective of how one is, how one's intellectual capacity or
Hmm.
capacity, whatever the various measures.
Hmm.
Beyond all that, a simple care and love, that is a magic of the heart.
Hmm.
So the logic of the intellect and the magic of the heart are the two essential elements that then help continue to help to evolve. Because if it was only logic, it is
Hmm.
dry. If it is only magic, it doesn't stay. So it's the right mix of logic and magic,
Hmm.
uh, are the jnana and the preeti, are the
Hmm.
love, unconditional love.
Hmm. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one is no one is judged, no one is less or no one is more. And that unconditional welcoming
Hmm.
is what enables. So the ego of what I feel within me, it has to now fight with a egoless person that I see as a Sadguru.
Hmm.
Because ego thrives on competition. So
Hmm.
if there is somebody else who is also operating out of the ego center, the ego within me bolsters.
Hmm.
But the one, a Sadguru has transcended ego, which means it's a egoless uh, personality that I see. It is like, when a plane is in the flight, there's a lot of air pressure in the flight within the container. If at all by any chance the door opens, everybody will get sucked out because all the air goes out, because it's a high pressure container and there is no pressure outside. It's the same analogy. So Sadguru is a zero pressure and a GV is a high pressure. So that's how it can go and dissipate.
Okay.
Wonderful.
We'll go to the next question. Yeah.
Does anybody like to take up this question? What is the truth of I am not the doer and how do I use it? That our Satish ji brought up. Who would like to take up that question and share your viewpoint? Kamlaji, would you like to?
Hari Om Vijayji. Shall I?
Hari Om Satya. Yeah, please go ahead, Satya ji. Yeah.
I mean, just now what you said about the Jiva being high pressure and Guru being low, no pressure, that is very nice, Vijayji. And if there is a clash or a suffering, it is only the clash of egos. And when the other side, there is nothing, there is no clash at all. So, yeah, that is a great thing. Yeah, coming to this question, what is the truth of I'm not the doer? How do I use it? I can say that in our day-to-day experiences also, if we really sit or if we really think about it, nothing that I am doing today or I have done in the past is my doing. I clearly know I wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, from my personal experience, I feel that in all the years of my life, I have done this, I have done that. Though figuratively, I can say I have done this, but mindfully, I can say that no, I did not do it. It just happened. So that is how I feel that I am not the doer. And going forward or in a daily basis, how I use it is not to fall prey to the sense of doership, which leads to the karma cycle, the action reaction, and getting into this bondage of life birth cycle. So how I use it is that whatever is being given to me at this point of time is the gift of God. So any work, do it and offer it back to God. So as Prabhuji says, you are the daily wage laborer for God. So you have come here with the work given, do the work. By the end of the day, offer it back to God. So that way, the use of doing that consciously is not to get into this cycle of ego and then the whole karma trap, and being free while doing everything in this material world, being untouched, undeterred, and unattached.
So through contemplation is what you are saying, the truth that I am not the doer can be realized. Is that what you are essentially saying, Ji?
Yes, Vijayji. Because as I see all the years of my life, I can clearly say that what all I have done, I say I have done, I have not done it. It just happened through me.
Very nice. Are there any other viewpoints that anybody wants to bring? Kamlaji, would you like to share your viewpoint to this question?
So the question is, I'm not the doer, and how would I realize it? Is it?
What is the truth? When we use the word "I'm not the doer," Satish ji's question is, but I have to also make an effort to come to the satsanga also. So how do I clarify to myself what is the way to really understand I'm not the doer, so that I can use it effectively.
So actually, how Satyaji said, no, Vijayji, that is the contemplation helps a lot. So when we attach, see how we feel that I am the doer is always when we expect the result of what our action, then we are closely attached to our body, mind, and senses, and that's how we say that I am doing something and I expected a result, and that did not happen, and I am worried or happy uh, based on the result. So when I say that I'm not doing, I am just working as an instrument of God through surrender or through contemplation. Like, am I the real doer, or how it did it happen? In that way, it helps us to realize that I'm not no way doing it. This is what I feel, Vijayji.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Kamlaji. Any other way to arrive at it? Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm. Yeah. So I the way I see it is, any action uh, follows a thought. Right? A thought first happens, then leads to the action. Um, so we can go further to inspect, even like how did the thought arise, right? So you can go back, like keep going back to see, right? So it is like, um, and like where at what point do you see you taking the ownership, like, hey, you know what, I did it. Even for you to do some action, the thought came, you and like, and most of the time you cannot, not most of the time, you can't claim ownership of the origination of the thought itself. Okay, it has come from um, uh, a lot of things have preceded that, right? Uh, so that introspection helps, number one. And number two, then like, do I agree, accept that I'm not the doer, and does it mean like I sit quiet? The intent is what, the only thing that is constantly shaping this jiva, right? So and the outcome is not in your hand. So that is another reason why you can never claim that you are the doer. Okay, so the result is, uh, uh, I have no control over the result. I can, even after I get that thought to do, I can pause and say, you know what, this is the thought. Now I am going to decide whether to do or not. Let's say I do that. Even I do it, the outcome is not something I can fully own. The only the action I can perform, and the outcome happens based on um, what is supposed to happen. Right, but what shapes the the jiva, the mind, is the intention, or the thinking of like who's that doing, and like, and claiming the ownership. All those things is what complicates the whole jiva, and like keeps building this ego thing. Right. Going back to what you were saying, right? The examples you were giving, which college I studied. It you actually don't own it completely, of where you went, where you studied, or what you studied, and like, what happened later. It's a sequence of events going on. You are just writing it, but at each point of time, like, you're trying to take the ownership, because it you felt good, or like you feel proud you're taking it, and where like you don't feel like you're trying to distance yourself away, but the same thing is going to stick to the same way you took, it's going to stick with you, and it's going to uh, make you feel really bad of what the things that you don't like. Right, so yeah, so I'm not the doer, but I won't through the mind, the intent, I still have it, and if I can, if I can use that intent uh, for selfless activity, it um, it how do I put it? Selfless activity leads to that not strengthening that ego, and like makes one lighter. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Anybody else wants to share it from your viewpoint?
But Vijayji, I think in the present moment, when we are doing something or we want to do something, it looks like I am the doer, I am thinking, I have to decide whether to do this or not. I mean, as per Satish ji's question, the actual question I understand is that yes, all of us understand that we are not the doer by looking at the past. Till this moment, what all I have done, did I really do? So I think that is only with respect to the past you feel that I am not the doer. But with respect to the present, you always feel that you are the doer because you are thinking now you have to do something. Whether to come to this satsanga or not has been a decision today, just now. So, and once this satsanga is over, I feel I was a part of the satsanga. I did not go to it. So this just happened. And this is a great start of the day. So, while doing anything, this sense of non doership is, I feel this definitely is a challenge. And whether to, yes, I have to wake up, I have to go to the satsanga. One way to really answer that in the present moment is, where did this thought come from? Did I really join a satsanga? How did you get the opportunity to at least be in between such intellectual people, such intellectual talk? So again, all this is a happening. And the very moment you get a thought of whether now I have to get up, I have to go, yes, there is a conscious decision that happens in the intellect. And every decision has a consequence. You go to the satsanga, there is a consequence. You do not go to the satsanga, there is a consequence. So, with that past intelligence, past wisdom, you make a decision at this moment. But during that decision making, during that doing, there is a pressure, there is a stress that because there is a feeling that I am doing. And I am the one to take a decision of going to satsanga or not. No one is pulling me inside. But there is a guide inside, which maybe happens on the basis of your past experiences, and you are dragged into or you are taken into something. So I feel that every moment, if you just, I mean, without the sense of, as you keep this sense of I am doing, I have to decide, let me take a proper decision. Instead, a moment of being in the present and just letting the river flow would actually lower the chances of doubt of doership. And the immediate next moment, I think it gives more clarity of non doership. This is what I am feeling, Vijayji. Just correct me where I'm wrong.
Wonderful, Ji. So,
The
yeah,
also
go ahead, Sarun. Yeah.
the letting the river flow takes to the first question. Be the witness. where we started.
Yeah,
Yeah, just thought I will connect.
sure.
Please. Yeah,
No,
continue.
thank you. Thank you. So, two important aspects when we say I am not the doer. What is the purpose of I am not the doer? Is to indicate the truth that the individual ego is not the doer. That is the real purpose of I am not the doer. Individual ego, whoever I think I am not the doer. And how do you come to that clarity? So many examples Satyaji Saravanan gave. When you look at anything that is happening right now, I'm speaking. To speak, I need prana shakti, I need blood flow, I need muscle movement, I need air, I need my muscles to work, my neurological system to work. So many millions of things are working together right now just to make one little sound. What part of it I am able to say I am doing it? So, purely by reflecting upon, even in this very moment, a simple activity, I can clearly see that I, whoever I think I am, whoever I claim I am, cannot be claiming that I am doing it. Because if I need to claim, I need to then know the whole thing. I know only a little thing. Just because the sound is coming through what I claim to be my body, how can I say that I am doing it? So it's a teaching, it's a pointer to the individual ego that that individual ego cannot be the doer. Then who is the doer? Naham karta, hari eva karta. That individual self is not the doer. Universal self, hari, universal self. Meaning what? Meaning, all of these have to come together like a wonderful mechanism to make even a little thing like a sound coming through my mouth happen. If there was no sun, there would be no energy in the fruit that I eat. And if there's no energy in the fruit that I eat, how can this body get the prana shakti? So, in that sense, even the smallest of the small activity has the entire universe connected. I just have to see whether it is the speaking, talking, whatever the 5 actions that I think I am doing, all of them have connection to everything else. Sun has to be there. This very sound that I'm uttering, English, from where the English came? Did I make up English? Like that, when I reflect on anything that is happening, even in the very present moment, the individual self cannot be the owner. It's a misconception, it's a misunderstanding, it's a wrong claim of something that doesn't truly belong to that individual self. That is the truth that I am not the doer is pointing at. Then who's doing? Hari eva karta. Universal self. All of this put together is universal self. It is in another way to help me transcend the barriers that I have constructed within my mind about who I am. I am not this. I am the one who's witnessing this miracle of the universe. I am that universe. I am that wholeness. I am not separate from the whole. I and the whole cannot be two. In that, even the Haryeva Karta is a way to understand the universal self. Hari, or even when you notice Purusha Sukta, all of that explain the same. Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha. So the universal self operates through 1,000 bodies, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet. Meaning what? Meaning all of this, even in the very current moment that is happening, is a universal action that is happening through the universal being. And if at all the ego has to take a position, the ego can take the position of that witness who's witnessing this miracle called universal consciousness operating in the presence of that individual ego. And even that individual ego then can notice that it cannot have its own individual existence. How can individual ego exist? On what basis the individual ego exists? What is the stand? What is the locus? What is the platform on which whoever I think I am, I'm standing? What is the basis of me? On what am I standing? That individual ego. Where am I standing? I am merely a figment of imagination in the screen called mind. There is only that universal self, which is not two. This is the reality. This is the truth. And initially, it is a practice. For the one who is possessed by individual ego, when I think I am an individual self, it's a practice. I am not the doer. How I am not the doer? So, like that, when I start reflecting, it's a practice. It's a pointer to the individual ego to transcend, to help break the barriers, to go beyond. So, like that, it has many aspects to it. As an aspect of the reality, the sentence is not complete. I am not the doer, or in other words, universal self is how the action is happening. And in the ultimate reality, there is no individual even to witness. Satish ji, is all of this bringing clarity? Is there anything more that you would like to ask or add?
No, Vijay, I'm good. Yeah. So where it all started, right? I used to think that I have some habit like which is not good. Then I used to easily fall into this and say I'm not the doer. Uh, Habit in the sense like having spicy food instead of sattvic food, right? Then suddenly this things used to get applied. Now understand where and how. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Padmaji, I thought you wanted to say something. Are you there, Padmaji? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else wants to?
Yeah, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. No, sir, nothing else. It is clear now. Yeah.
Okay. You appeared on the video and then you spoke. So I thought you wanted to say something, but you are on mute. That's why I asked.
No. It was,
Okay.
yeah, I was having a conversation.
Okay, okay. We got the darshana of Padmama. Good.
Yeah, but today's, I think the questions that I raised after Rajita ji spoke, I think a lot of clarity came from all the explanations and the inputs that everyone else also gave. So
Very nice. Anyone else? Anything else? Anupamaji, is there anything else from your side?
Uh, mm, Basic thing I can add, Guru Vijayji. The I am doer, that thought actually arises because of when the individual ego, no, that mind is when seeking for attention or appreciation, something only for these reasons only that I am doership comes up, pops up. Only that happens when the result is very good, excellent. Not when there is a kharab work that has been done, that doership will not come.
Then I didn't do. I didn't. She did it. He did it. I told him not to do it, but still he did it. You all may know this classic story that happened in Bangalore. So once upon I think somewhere in 82 or somewhere, I don't remember the exact year, or 86, in my Bangalore MG Road, no, there was one huge bookstore called Gangaram's that got created. And back in those days, no, it was hailed as the largest bookstore in the whole of Southeast Asia. It had lakhs and lakhs of books on all topics. And Mr. Gangaram, on whose name the whole building was, he was very happy and very proud. And he got featured in so many newspapers. He would proudly say, "Me, Gangaram, this is Gangaram's." But unfortunately, it so happened that the huge building he had constructed, it fell and it led to death of few people.
Oh,
Now suddenly the same people went to him asking, "Gangaram, Gangaram, what happened?" Gangaram said, "I don't know anything. I was not involved in building this building. I had asked my son Atmaram to build this building. Please go and ask him." So they went and asked Atmaram. Atmaram said, how do you catch me? Do I know engineering? I'm not at all engineer. I had outsourced this entire project to this engineer. Go and ask the engineer. Engineer said, I only do all calculations and planning. I never sit on the ground and execute the project. You have to go and ask that Mestri. They went and asked the Mestri. I oversee, but I don't do the work. There is this construction worker, they do the work. Where am I? I keep yelling at them, but still, look what they've done. They went to the Mestri. What can I do, sir? I used only the mud from the earth and the cement from the earth. I didn't do any of this. All this must be the kharab quality of the mud and the cement. You go and ask the maker of the mud. Who is the maker of the mud? God. God is the maker of the mud. God, you are responsible for this. So, so ultimately in your life, you can blame one fellow for sure, for anything kharab happening in your life. One fellow called God. Why did you create all this nasty life? Look, how kharab the day is now. Look how kharab my mood is now. You are the maker of that. If only you could bless me with wonderful mood every moment. You know how wonderful I would be? Just why did you have to create all this mind? Why did you have to create all this sorrow of the world? You are all powerful, no? Bless me with all power. God, why did you do this? Look at my neighbor family, so nice. Look at my family. Kharab only. My wife, my husband, my life. If only. God, you are the doer. So at least blame it all on God. That way, hopefully, some respite will come. Very
and
nice.
then and then God is saying like, who are you? Like, where are you without me? Like, I am only going through everything.
Uh,
Right?
Ultimately, all the like they say, the buck stops here in a project or in a company. Where does the buck stop? The buck has to stop at the top. Who is that? Let's say the chairman or the founder or whoever. The buck stops there. Like that, where does the buck stop in a family? The buck stops with a husband or a wife, depending upon what role they are playing. So like that, where does the buck stop for your wrongdoing? God. So nice, Anupamaji. Thank you for triggering that. All right. So anything else anybody wants to bring?
So we didn't discuss the A and B or ABC or done.
It happened. That's how it
Yeah.
started.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. But if you want to put a summary, please go ahead, Saranji. Why
No,
don't you summarize? Yeah.
so yeah, I think for me, the kind of the last question led to the first one, which is, I'm not the doer, then everything is happening. So finally, it's you're just the witness, and it's you are not the one who is going through all these changes,
Yeah.
and or the one who is doing. But
Even the witness is a stage in the evolution.
mm, yeah, because a witness can mean that uh, there's a separation of I and there is something else happening.
Yeah.
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 Mm, mm, mm.
So that one more question can be added, Vijayji. Is witnessing the ultimate, or is there any other?
What is the question, Rajita ji?
Who is the witness? After that, um, how 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 does witness helps you to remain calm or undisturbed?
Yeah. So we have already framed that by how
Yes,
can
yes.
this be
Okay, it is
applied?
already covered. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have some other question?
Is a witness the ultimate state that has to be reached, or
Okay.
is there any other state beyond witnessing
Is witnessing the ultimate
state?
state, or is there anything beyond? Okay, wonderful. And what is your answer, Ji?
Oneness, beyond is there. After witnessing, we should go. Even the one who is witnessing is should be merged with the. I'm not. Should be merged with that oneness. Like I can think of only Bhakta Prahalada. Um, so through Bhakti Yoga, first you focus on dharana, focus on God, Narayana. He used to focus on Narayana. And then that is dharana, dhyana. He used to perform dhyana every moment to moment. And then samadhi. And then everywhere he finds Narayana. That is, he used to witness and then merge into the ultimate, that is liberation. Liberation, that is Jivan Mukta state. I
Yeah.
think.
So in other words,
Hmm.
like how Saravanan said, when witnessing, there is a something being witnessed. So there is still a one who is witnessing and something being witnessed.
Yes.
And what is being witnessed can be seen as separate.
Yes.
So that separation has to be dropped.
Correct.
So there is no separate what is being witnessed separate from the one who is witnessing.
Yes.
The universal self only appears as the witness, appears as the witnessed.
Yes. Oneness.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ji. Very nice.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much. So if there is nothing else on this, then let us end our today's contemplation. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.